Today on Ask Angie, we're going to talk about what is carbonic maceration. Carbonic maceration is a winemaking technique where grapes are picked in whole bunches by hand, then placed in a sealed container with additional CO2 introduced in the tank. So what happened then is you create this oxygenless environment where the berry will use the CO2 to break down sugar and malic acid, the most common acid you see in grape, to convert them into alcohol. This process is coming from the inside of the berry and coming out compared to your normal fermentation process where the yeast is added from the outside and then works its way in. During this process, unique flavors are produced in the grape. It also soaks up color from the skin into the grape itself. So if you would cut a grape open in the middle of the carbonic maceration process, it will actually look completely dark on the inside. It's really cool looking compared to your normal grape that is dark on the outside but has got a clear white pulp. So this process will continue until the berry literally bursts from the inside out. At this point, the alcohol percentage is usually about 2%. And then the winemaker will proceed to make and ferment the wine through the normal process. So the natural next question is, how does this actually change the finished wine? Through the carbonic maceration process, it actually lowers the tannin and the acid of the wine, and it adds a ton more of that fruity aromatic in the flavor. This makes the wine very approachable and very delicious in a young age. The wine really finishes this vibrant red color, very highly aromatic, really high level fried fruits, red cherry fruit. It's almost bubblegummy-like and it's almost a little fruity tooty-like in the flavor. So then of course, what are the common wines you see that actually use the carbonic maceration process? For the most part, you will see this process being used in Beaujolais with the grape Gamay. Beaujolais are meant to be enjoyed younger, hence why this method is really popular to make the flavor even juicier and more vibrant and make the wine even more approachable while it's young. However, different winemakers nowadays in Beaujolais does feel differently about the carbonic maceration process. As I said earlier, it does create a wine that has elevated aromas of fruits and an interesting fruit flavor that you don't normally see through a traditional winemaking or fermentation process. And some winemaker does not like that. They feel like the carbonic maceration actually covers the natural terroir, or that taste, that sense of place that the wine is supposed to have, because it's too man-made. So some of the Beaujolais winemakers are toning back on using the carbonic maceration process to make their wine, while in other regions of the world, some winemakers are picking this method up, but most of them will not do a full carbonic maceration because it does create a very traumatic change. So what some of the winemakers are experimenting with is what we call the semi-carbonic maceration, or semicarbonic for short. And what happened there is they will still pick the grape as whole bunches so the berry are not broken. And that's how you are able to do this from the inside out. You need the berry still intact. So they pick the whole bunches and they just start piling them into a tank. But as more grapes are being added into this vessel or this tank, the bottom grapes are being suffocated from oxygen. So the natural process of carbonic maceration begins at the bottom, not the top, just the bottom. So that it just gets a little bit of that It's almost the best of both worlds because you get partially more elevated aroma, yet you don't get it overtaken by that fruity, tooty, kind of Jolly Rancher flavor. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about wine, and don't forget to take a minute to subscribe to my mailing list at angiesom.com so you'll be in the loop for all the wine deals I offer there, and you'll get updates on all the wine videos I make as well. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.